Chris, I want to touch base on something we've been talking about a lot the last couple of days in regards to dopamine, chasing dopamine, and sometimes the trauma and mental illness that is associated with those things, and particularly in regards to music and all other pretty much areas of life that can pretty much prohibit us from kind of being the best version of ourselves.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is it. It's a journey we're all on. Last few years, particularly, has sort of shown us what can happen with the lockdowns and the pandemic and all these things going on, and just trying to sort of reframe how the world works. And it's been a journey for everybody. But yeah, it's hopefully we're making some progress in that sort of regard. But we've got a long way to go, I think.
Yeah, I agree, Chris. And I think there's something there. We were just talking about this earlier in the car today about like runners, like they're running. Like, what do they want running away from? Like, I think we always try to figure out life as it is, but we're all essentially have something about our life that we're not really comfortable sharing with other people, almost like a shadow life, a shadow self that we kind of try to mask and hide from other people to not let them see us in our most vulnerable states, kind of suppressing things that have maybe happened to us in the past. And me myself personally, I've had a lot of issues with that, trying to fill that void with something. How do you see that going on right now, even like in the Isle of Man where you are versus what's going on in America today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of stress around. The last sort of few years have been traumatic for so many people. People have lost family members. People have got like illnesses that were like maybe not a big deal, but then they've got worse because the medical care wasn't there because of hospitals shut down and all the rest of it. So we're on this big journey, and everybody's sort of realizing now, I think, well, many people are that your actions are a result of things that have happened to you. I mean, you don't want to be stuck in the past or sort of replay the past too much, but things especially that happened to you in your childhood, which you never really quite understood. And then you're looking at it now and looking at why, how families break up and things that happen to people, and when they get to in adulthood, what choices they make. And some people seem to make certain choices, and the society sort of set up so that those kind of things can be kind of taken advantage of. Particularly looking at something like, for example, at the moment, the sort of food companies. That the thing was that like when the tobacco companies years ago realized they were going to get regulated, they bought the food companies. So now we're getting all these foods which taste really nice, but just full of really sort of unnatural substances and things like that, which give us like a short-term high. And because we have to eat, then we're sort of trapped a bit there, and then we end up with, and before you know it, there's like a pandemic of people being obese or things like that. So it's just seeing the outside world and how things have happened to us can affect our sort of behaviors. And people, obviously, I'm big into sport myself, into exercise. I play